Good morning, and I'm later again this week. It's the third week I've done my live at 11 o'clock with my cup of coffee. So if you're watching or you're watching on catch up, get a cup of coffee and we're just going to have a little chat. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Helen Bullen. I'm a business mentor. Prior to that, and now, I've had businesses that I've actually run. So I always say, I've been there, I've done that, got the t-shirt, still wearing the t-shirt. I don't just come from a background of having a coaching qualification, which is all great. Oh, I don't. I do have a teaching qualification, but I actually come from a background of running businesses and running them successfully. So I think that makes me a great expert. I've been mentoring people for about 7 years. I retired from my bricks and mortar business in 2020. I still have online businesses. What do I have? Somebody asked me today. I have a membership. I have a mastermind. I have the HB box you can see behind me. So I have a product. I have online courses, Commit to Achieve. I've got a new course coming out about how to take effective action and get more done in less time. And there's also, if you've ever worked with me, the 10-10 challenge is going to be coming out, hopefully in a book, in a course, and maybe even a journal. So there's loads going on in my world. So why do I mentor people? Because I absolutely adore it. And I do speak from experience. And I'm always a person that if I don't know, I'll say I can go and ask experts. But 9 times out of 10, I've been there, done that. And probably at some stage in my career, I've done it and done it wrong and learned how to do it the right way. So today I always call Woohoo Wednesday because I don't believe it's a hump day. So if you're having a bad day and you want to rush through to Friday and you hate Sundays, the end of Sunday because it's getting near Monday, then you need to change it up, whether it be you're working for yourself or working for somebody else. If you're not enjoying life, change things. Okay, absolutely change things. It may not happen overnight, but you can do it. So today, I am going to be talking in my own kindly blunt way. And if you haven't listened to my podcast yet, go and have a listen. Look up Kindly Blunt. You'll find me on iTunes and all the normal places. I am straight talking. And today is no different. So I wanted to talk about just saying I can when you want to do things. Because I think it's a whole simpler way of running your business and your life. And where I sometimes roll my eyes, when I say sometimes, that is such a fib. When I always roll my eyes is when people say to me, I could, but I can't, but. And then it makes my eyes roll. I don't know what happened. There's an automatic reaction that makes my eyes roll and think, you can. And I'm going to use today a little analogy or a little thing in my experience at the moment where I see people. Morning, Laura. Nice to see you on. If you're on, please do say hi. I love it. I can have a chat with you as well. I see quite often, Ben, I love that Laura's given me a woohoo as well. I love that. I hope you got your coffee too, because it's always a good way to start the morning or start your day. I know half of you are halfway through your day, but I've just got off the spin bike, so I feel like I've just started it. So getting back to saying I can, I am really good at deciding I'm going to do something and doing it. And the reason I do that, because if I give myself, so example, I'm trying to do a challenge or I'm trying to get something done in work. If I give myself some reasons, I'm going to call them excuses, that I can do something, but I can only do it in a certain way, and I maybe can't do it in the time frame, or I don't want to do it because I don't quite like it, what happens is it all goes belly up. So I make it really simple and just say, I can and I will. I can and I will, and watch me. And I want you to start to have this mentality. I could say to you, oh, I know there's loads of things in life that get in the way. This is the girl that had cancer, stage 3. And I know I bring it up a lot, but I do think now I've proven my point, which I used to always talk about. I had stage 3 cancer. I kept my businesses going. Now, I got people in to help, but I never said I couldn't. I said I can, and there's a way, and I will. And I want you to do that with everything. So this example I've got, I am in a fitness group at the moment. It's a fantastic fitness group, and I've done it twice. And both times I've been in different Facebook groups. And overall, it's a brilliant Facebook. I love it. But there's a very small percentage, but this is the percentage I'm talking about, who are doing the challenge. So I've committed to 75 days. And in my head, I go, all right, 75 days. I do what they say. I do the exercise they say, plus a bit extra because I like doing more. I eat the way they tell me to eat, and I do everything that they say. And that means everything. So if I go out for a meal, I choose wisely. I don't just say, oh, one day off, or it's my birthday. I've done it on my birthday too. For me, it makes it simpler. I can do it. I will do it. Now, then I hear, and I've done this in business groups as well, you hear people going, oh, can I swap the such and such for the such and such? And let me tell you, there's loads and loads of ways of eating and doing it. It's not like it's very restricted. It's just great recipes and whatever. whether you like that or not. This is just an example I'm using. And there's people who from the beginning go, I could, but I can't, or I've got this, or I've got this going on. Now, if it's really not convenient to do it, that's not the 75 days to do your challenge, is it? But here's the thing. Most people want to make changes when they do something, or they want to have a workaround, or they want to make it easier. Same with social media. So posting on social media, you've got to be in there quite a lot. Oh, I don't want to do it today. I haven't done it for the last 3 weeks. Well, you don't understand because I've got kids and they're off on holiday. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I hear it. Kindly blunt. I'm rolling my eyes. I set up business with small children. Yes, they've left home now, but I've had other things that get in the way. And you watch the people that achieve the most. And here's the interesting thing. They just say, I'm going to do it and I'm going to find a way to do it. They don't constantly look for a way around it to make it simpler, the easy route. And quite often, if you just commit to it, it is pretty much an easy route. But that thing where you're starting to go, oh, but what if I did this? Or can I only do it on a Monday, on a Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday? I got it. Once you start throwing in all those other little reasons that you can't do it, which are excuses, because there are way around, there's very few things that will stop you achieving when you really want to do something. I can put my hand up and say, I've proved it. All right. But if you give yourself more choice, if we have more choice, we can't make a decision. When you just say, I can do this, I will do this and watch me, and off you go on the journey, whether it be committing to do your social media 3 times a week and you're going to do it for the rest of the year, not say, oh, I did it for a month and then, oh, my mum came to stay and then I couldn't. You work out if you've got somebody coming to stay or you're going away, you work out how to pre-schedule or you create content that you can reuse. There are ways to do things. So I wrote some notes today, which I haven't even followed. So I'm just going to read them. If I look down slightly, here we go. Look, I can tell you my cheat sheet. I've got a little sheet here. So I put here, what I say is I can, I will, and watch me. And I do that with Venom sometimes. I love it when somebody tells me I can't do something. So I've had friends say to me, why are you doing the 75-day challenge again? Why are you doing, you've dropped the weight that you put on with chemo. Well, I actually haven't. I would like to be another 10 pounds lighter if I could be, because that's where I was. I want to do the 75 days. Why are you doing it? Oh my goodness, isn't that, no, it's not terrible. I don't find it terrible. I'm going to do it, my choice, and I will do it 100%. And actually, I enjoy saying, I can, I will. You can bloody well watch me and look at the results when I am done. And then I've got other people. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, you're really good at making when you make a decision, you make it. But I've decided I'm going to give up chocolate on Wednesday to Fridays and crisps on Saturday to whatever. Well, if you're trying to lose weight, that ain't going to work, is it? Just make a decision. Make a decision. Anyway, I digress. I'm still not back on my notes. So what I think is don't make it complicated. When you start to put excuses in the way, you are making whatever you're trying to do complicated. When you just think, I can do it, I will do it, and you get on with it, and there's no negotiating, then it gets so much easier. And our brains tend to think it's the other way. We tend to go, oh, it's a Wednesday and I normally run on a Wednesday or I normally go out and do something. I don't want to do it today. Oh, I'm going to let myself off. I deserve it. Ever done that? I deserve it. Actually, your body deserves you to go and do exercise. And when you've done it, you'll feel great. And if you're committing to do it every Wednesday, just do it. Just show up. There's no negotiation. There's no like lying in bed going, should I, shouldn't I? It's like, oh, I always run on a Wednesday or I always walk on a Wednesday. No negotiation. And once you start not having to negotiate with yourself, it's so much easier. And yet we tend to think it's the other way. Oh, I'll let myself off on certain days. Or, if I don't want to run my business, if I don't want to do any advertising my business, I don't have to do it for a month if I don't want to. That is true. You don't have to if you don't want to. But how are you going to get people to know who you are if you're not turning up? Limiting beliefs is one thing that will get in the way. Fear of failure. And we have to get over these. We can't just say, I have a fear of failure. I have a money issue. I worry what other people think. You have to sort of say to yourself, I have to get over that. And it's not always as easy as just saying that. But sometimes if you say, well, whatever I feel, I'm just going to do it. It just cuts out the conversation that I worry what Mary down the road is going to think of me if I post on social media. Just cut it. I always do let's say like me, I always do a live on a Wednesday. So I'll always rock up and do one on a Wednesday. I don't care what Mary thinks because I've committed to doing this. I can do this and I will. And actually Mary doesn't even care. She's never even watched you, or she has. She's probably looking at you and saying, wow, isn't that amazing? And if she's not, Mary is not a friend you need to know. So just try and get yourself in the reality of really what you're thinking, what you're putting in front of yourself. Fear of failure. The worse than failure is never trying. Absolutely. Worse than failure is putting a load of excuses in so you do fail. Instead, say you can. I'm going to do it. Tell me in the comments if you're watching on catch up, this applies to you too. What would you like to get done? What are you going to say today that you can do? I can do it. No excuses, nothing. I'm just like going, it's when somebody calls at your door, isn't it? So I'm like, who's that downstairs? Anyway, my husband's taken over. I love a live because really is live. Anyway, right. So commit to it. Absolutely commit to it. Do it. Say it. Believe you can, and ignore any naysayers. Don't surround yourself with people that say you can't do it. And if you do, just tell them, I can, I will, and you can watch me. Smile lots. That is I'm going to write a book on smile. Actually, I've already told my book person, I'm going to write a book on smile. You'll see a lot of my cheesy photos, especially for my cancer journey. I was smiling. I didn't always feel like smiling, but I'm a retired osteopath and I know the physiology of your body responds if you smile. Other people respond if you smile. And to be honest, you will feel better. And when you're in a good frame of mind, when you're doing stuff that you really want to do, there's so much talking going on downstairs. I'm like, who is it? When you're in the frame of mind of what you want to do, you get more done. When you're feeling good, when you're moving your body every day, when you're really believing in yourself and going, I can do this, that builds and that momentum will grow. And suddenly you're doing things that you never thought you could do. And I love that. I love a challenge now. I'm like, yep, I'm going to do it. 100%, I'm going to do it. No 98%, no 95, 100%. I'm going to achieve what I want to do. So if you want more of this, I have an email list, Happy Business Builders. You can go to any of the links. If you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, I'll put a link in. But if you're on, in fact, no, even on LinkedIn, in my bio, there is a link now. On Facebook, there's a blue button that says learn more. On Instagram, there is a button, a link in my bio, and it's called the Happy Business Builders. And that's what I'm about, is getting you to build a happy business. Also, right now, there is a bulletproof your marketing, a little free teach from me, half an hour, how to bulletproof your marketing. And there's lots of ways of learning more from me if you want to. But today, I just want you to say to anything you want, I can. It's simple. You don't have to think any more than that. I can and I will. And then everybody around can watch you and ask you how the hell you do it. Because that's what they say to me. How do you do it? And I'm like, I just say I can. I don't negotiate. I actually do it the simple way. I don't negotiate with myself. I don't let myself put other things in the way, because that whole decision making is a waste of my time. I'm just like, right, I want to do something, I do it. So thank you so much for listening. Have a great, great day. I'm now going to see who is at my front door. It's probably somebody trying to sell something to my husband. And we once had somebody come and clean the drive when we didn't want to. So, he does need my support. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please let me know. Please comment. I always love to come back and chat with you later on. I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram first. So thanks so much for watching Instagram. And then I'm going to say goodbye to lovely Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. I think I'm streaming to today as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, please share. And just today, pick something and say, I can do it. And go and do it. And let me know. Let me know how it's going. Just don't negotiate. It's very, very simple. Right. Speak to you soon. Have a great day. And I'll definitely be back next Wednesday. But you never know. I turn up live at all sorts of times. Speak to you later. Bye.